Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome everyone in today's class for the 6th elementary grade. Our textbook today is Weekend 3, and today we will cover Unit 6, Unit Jobs, Phonics on page 48. This lesson will be presented by me, teacher Mazen Al-Harbi, and the sign language by Mr. Fawaz Al-Agil. So let's begin. We are going to begin our lesson with a quick reminder of our last lesson. Last lesson we had the chant that is called jobs, where we learned not only a chant or we learned a new word, but also to act out while we are chanting. So we have chanted this chant, which is about what do you want to be when you grow up. And we said that we can chant it together and also act it out. For example, when we said that when I grew up, I want to be a TV reporter, and we act how to be a TV reporter by holding something to your mouth as a microphone, and I want to be a TV reporter. Or I want to be a teacher. Or I want to be a writer. So this is acting out the jobs that we want to be when we grow up. And also I ask you that to imagine, to think about any job from the list of jobs that you want to be when you grow up, and you can stand in front of a mirror and act it out. Say, for example, I want to be a pilot. I want to be a lawyer. I want to be a director. So you can think of any job and act it out in front of a mirror. So this was the jobs chant that we have chanted from our last lesson. And we got to know new different jobs like designer, baker, TV reporter, scientist, writer, doctor, presenter, and a teacher. And we said that if you want or you know more jobs, you can also use these sentences to chant it as well. Not only this, but also we did play a very interesting game which is called the job guessing game, where you can ask someone different questions, and from his answer you can guess what the job that he wants to be when he grow up. So me and you, we ask our friend Saeed a couple of questions, and from the answer we got to know what does he wants to be in the future. So we ask him questions like, where do you want to work? What do you want to do? Do you like to learn new languages? You want to study? You want to travel and help people? And from the answer I came up with a guess. Remember, it's only a guess, that the job he wants to be is an astronaut. So I ask you as well, and I hope you did, that to ask the same questions with the same options to a friend, maybe to a friend or a family member or a classmate, and you try to guess what the job that he wants to be when he grow up. Now, let's get to know our objectives in today's lesson. Our objectives in today's lesson, we hope that at the end of this lesson, we will be able to fill in the missing letters, where we're going to have certain words and to fill it with the appropriate letters, and spell the words with the silent letters, and also pronounce the different sounds of plural that words end with letter S, and also count to 1,000. So we hope that we can cover all of these objectives in today's lesson. So let's begin. I would like you please to open your books on page 48. I would like you please to open your books on page 48. Now, our first exercise on page 48 is about phonics. It's about sound. And what we need to do in this exercise is to listen and say and match as well. Then we write KN or GH to these words. So just as you can see here are words with missing letters. So just listen to me while I read each of these words and then try to guess whether what is the letter we can fill it in. Is it K and N or G and H? So now I'm going to start by reading these words, and then I'm going to read it again with the sound that I choose, and then you can start writing down the answer. Are you ready? So let's begin. The first word we have here is right. Right. Knob. Knob. Knee. Knee. Knock. Knock. Light. Light. Knife. Knife. Night. Night. So you have listened to all of these words. Now let's listen to it again and let's try to guess what should we write in these two missing blanks. Okay, so let's begin with the first one. The first picture is, and repeat after me. The first one is right. Right. And the missing letters are G and H. Remember, here G and H are silent letters. What do you mean by this is that we don't pronounce them. The word will goes like right. Right. Very good. Let's start, or let's try the second one. The second one, I'm going to read it. I want you to repeat after me, and then we're going to write down the possible letters that can fill in these two blanks. The second word, knob. Knob. Repeat, knob. So here this word we are going to fill it in with K and N. Knob. Knob. As you can listen, here the K is silent. We don't pronounce K. So we pronounce this word as knob. Knob. Very good. Let's try the third word. So here the third word is knee. Knee. Repeat, knee. So as you can guess, knee, this word can be filled in with K and N. And as with the knob, the K here is silent. We don't pronounce the letter K. We said knee. Knee. We write the K in these two words, but we don't pronounce them. We said knee. Knee. Excellent job. Now let's move on to the third one, to the fourth one. Knock. Knock. Repeat after me. Knock. So, knock. This word can be filled in, as you may have guessed, with K and N. So the K here is silent, and we only pronounce the N, and we said knock. Knock. The same with knee and knob. Let's move on to the fifth one, and with this one, repeat after me. Light. Light. Again, light. So, as you may guess, that with this word can be filled in with G and H. Light. Light. And here we don't pronounce G and H. We only write it, but we don't pronounce it. Light. And with the other one, knife. Knife. So here with this word we can fill it in with K and N. The same as with knee, knob, and knock. Here we write the K, but we don't pronounce it. We only say knife. And finally, the last one, night. Night. Here we can write down G and H as they are silent letters. So now, here you go. It's very important that we know or we learn that sometime we write down letters, but we don't pronounce them. We're only writing them down without pronouncing, okay? So let's start with the first one. Let's read it again. And this time I would like you to also repeat after me. Right, right. Knob, knob. Knee, knee. Knock, knock. Light, light. Knife, knife. And night, night. Very good. And as you learn, you'll come up with words, other words that you will see that sometime you write down the letters without even pronouncing them. Now, let's move on to the other exercise in this page. So here in this page, what we need to do is that we're going to listen, say, and number the right word, and then we can read it again. So here in number 1 and number 2 and number 3, we have three different sounds. And what we need to do here is that we're going to listen to each sound and also to match with the number, to match the words that with each sound, okay? So let's begin with the first sound. This sound is, we can read it in the word reads. Reads. Say z, z, reads. And the second sound is walks. Walks. Say s, s, walks. And the third sound is teaches. Teaches. Say is, teaches. So, these are the three different sounds. What we need to do here is that I'm going to say and pronounce all of these words, and I would like you to guess where does each word belong. Is it for the first sound, z, like reads, or the second sound, s, like walks, or on the third sound like is, like teaches? So let's begin. The first one, sleeps. Sleeps. Where do you think the word sleeps comes in? Sleeps come with sound number 2. The next one, eats. Eats. Where do you think the word eats belong? Eats. Eats. It belongs to number 2. Next we have brushes. Brushes. It comes with the third one, is. And the fourth one, comes. Comes. It comes with the second one. And next one here, washes. Washes. With number 3. And cleans. Cleans. With number 2. And folds. Folds. Comes with number 1. And goes. Goes. Comes with number 1. And blaze. Blaze. Comes with number 1. Watches. Watches. Comes with number 3. Runs. Runs. With number 2. And catches. Catches. Comes with number 3. So here you go. Sometimes when the word is plural, which means that ends with S, it comes in different vowels or different sounds. So as we have read here. So read, reads, walks, teaches. All of them in 3 different sounds. So all we have to do is that trying to learn and know these different sounds so we can later on, when we produce or when we speak, we know these differences. So here you go. These are the answers of the second exercise about different phonics or different sound of the letter S. Now, let us move on. to the next page, before we do this, the advice time we have, or our advice for our lesson is, winners always work hard. You can't win anything, you can't reach great results unless you work hard. If you want to be or to have a result that you want, you need to work hard and to be determined to reach these goals. Now, let us move on the next page, on page 49. I would like you please to open your books on page 49. On page 49, we have a new chant. It's about numbers. And what we need to do here is that we're going to listen how to pronounce those numbers and also to point at each number while we are chanting. So here, our chant is called 1,000 stars. Let's listen to the first part. I'm going to chant it, and then you can, after this, follow with me and chant it with me again. 1,000 stars. I like to count the stars at night. 10 at a time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So now we're going to chant it again, but this time I would like to follow with me and chant it as well. 1,000 stars. I like to count the stars at night. 10 at a time. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So, from these pictures, as you have on your book, you can point. For example, here we can point at 30. We can point, this is 30, we can point, and we said, look, this is 30. Also, we can point at 100, and we say, 100, look, this is 100. Also, we can point at 80. This is 80. We can point here at 80. Now let's do the second part of the chant. Let's count together. 100 at a time. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 stars at night. So, let's chant it again. Let's count together. 100 at a time. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000 stars at night. Very well. And here as well we can point. We can point at 600 and 700 and 300. And the title of our chant today, 1,000 stars. So try to chant it again, and this time you try to point while you are chanting. Now, we have reached the end of our lesson. Just a reminder of the things that you should be able to learn by now, which is to spell and write words with KN like knife and GH like right and night. And also verbs ending with S or ES. Not only this, but also you can count up to 1,000 now. Before we go, don't forget that to check on your workbook on page 109, as you will have more phonics practice. Now, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.